Okay, ready to get started. Today's training, I don't know that this is a traditional training. This is not the kind of stuff I normally want to teach, but we keep having confusion about what is perfect traffic. So we added this to the calendar just to explain one time, just focused on, because look, anybody that works with us knows tens of thousands of views is nothing. We can get hundreds of thousands of views. But what's perfect traffic? Tens of thousands of views of perfect traffic, because remember, it's all reach, frequency, impact. Reach, I want to reach a lot of people, no brainer. Frequency, I got to have people see me over and over and over. If they're really going to feel comfortable doing business with me, they need to see me on average 22 times before they'll feel familiar or feel like I'm familiar enough to trust me. But impact normally we just think of the ad, whatever the post. Is it impactful content? And it's more than is it a good ad or is it a good post, but is it a good post for the right person who is seeing me over and over and over? And that's really the key. And it all comes down to a little concept known as the mere exposure effect or the familiarity principle. And the easiest way to explain that is a couple fun studies that were done. So people were shown pictures of their spouse, somebody that's very familiar to them. And then what researchers did is they took that picture. Let me see if I can grab that. There we go. And they simply flipped it and mirrored the picture. It's the same exact photo, no difference, except that it's mirrored. And because our faces are not symmetrical, yeah, I'm slightly different. You know, the mole is on the other side, or my eyes are tilted the other way, or whatever it is. And and 92% of people preferred, when they were shown these two pictures, they preferred the picture of their spouse the way they're used to seeing them. Only 8% chose the picture that was mirrored, but it's the same picture. Shouldn't have been 50-50. And by the way, it was interesting in that showing pictures of themselves was the opposite, because we're used to seeing ourselves in the mirror when they first did this study. And more recently, those numbers have started to skew because now we're taking so many selfies. We're seeing ourselves not just as our mirror image, but we're seeing ourselves as a photo. We don't like things that aren't familiar, even if it's our own spouse and it's just slightly different. We're not sure why. That's the mere exposure effect. You can look it up. In studies of interpersonal attraction, the more often a person is seen by someone, the more pleasing and likable that person appears to be. Another fun study for you. Researchers bring in the research subjects and they sign up for a study and they don't know what's going to happen. And they show up and they put them in a waiting room and say, just wait here for a second. We're not quite ready for you. And it's like a doctor's office waiting room, TV on the wall, some soap opera, Gilligan's Island, whatever, playing up there on the TV. And on the TV, they flash somebody's photo for 5 milliseconds, 5/1000th of a second. Too fast for the human eye to possibly detect. Even if you're staring at the TV, nope, didn't see anything. And they do that 5 times while they're waiting, and they're not even necessarily looking at the TV. They're just sitting in the waiting room. And then they say, hey, we're ready for you. And they come in and they have them go to all these workstations and do these exercises with the researchers. And at the end, they do an exit survey. And they ask them about the researchers that they worked with. And the person whose picture, one of the researchers, was the picture they flashed 5 times. The person whose picture they saw 5 times for 5/1000ths of a second, subconsciously, they like them 76% better than the other researchers. And the wasn't just the one nice researcher, they rotated them and it was random which researcher's picture they saw. Just 5 quick exposures made somebody 76% more likable to us. And I can sit and quote studies on this mere exposure effect or familiarity principle for a full hour. Trust me, it's unbelievable how effective it is at making people like you. You become friends with people at work that you never would have been friends with outside of work, but you're around them all the time and you just bond. We like anything that's familiar to us, and anything that's not stranger danger, forget it. Nope. So, so at the end of the day, one of my biggest goals with marketing is to make you familiar to someone. That's why, and I love showing this example or talking about this example, postcards work when an agent decides, yep, I'm going to go all in on the farming. I'm going to mail 10,000 postcards a month, and I'm going to hit the same houses over and over and over with my picture and whatever. Well, it doesn't work out of the gate because you're a stranger. In fact, it'll be on average 8 or 9 months before you see your first transaction out of all those postcards. Somewhere in the middle of year 2, you'll get to the point where you hit break even. I've now earned as much commission as I've spent on the postcards. And somewhere in year 3 is where it starts to really bend the needle and take off, or the curve, and it becomes very, very profitable. Farming is insanely profitable, but it's incredibly expensive. A postcard is 75 cents a piece. I'm spending what? That's $7,500 a month to mail 10,000 postcards. Oh my God. But if you can afford it and it works. The difference is, because it's a lot of exposure. The difference is it's not very impactful exposure, but at least it's exposure. And it's not very targeted, because most people are just throwing those postcards away in a stack of junk mail. They're not actually even looking at them. So I'm getting those results. Yeah, I might mail 10,000 postcards, but only 1,000 people actually read them. And I say, imagine if my postcards had a sensor and they knew who held them longer and who looked at them and who just threw them away in a stack of junk mail, so that you never bothered with the junk mail throwaway people. You only continued to market to the ones that actually saw it. So you knew that you were going to get the impressions. That's what perfect traffic is. That's what ad traffic does. We target people that show an affinity towards you, that show an inclination towards you. They have to click, like, comment, share, or watch a video. Those are the perfect people to continue to target, because they've already shown an interest. Oh, by the way, the postcards cost a penny, half a cent instead of 75 cents. It's not hitting the strangers. People always think it's about the targeting, and I want to go out and I target. And believe me, we do insane targeting. We're going to target people that like this, do that, whatever. They're on homes.com. They're researching refinances, Zillow, mortgage calculators, mortgage. That's targeting. And yes, if I built an audience of 20,000 of those people and I just hit them over and over and over and over, it would be very, very, very effective. But what if instead of hitting the same 10,000 people that I've targeted over and over and over, suspects, people who don't yet know me, what if instead I was pushing content out to them, and then I was paying attention to who's checking that content out, who clicks, likes, comments, shares, or watches, and putting them into your database. And those are the people that I'm going to stay in front of, your fan base. These are people that have demonstrated an affinity, and they're 26 times more likely to do business with you than a stranger. 3 times more likely than people who like or follow your page. People always want likes. It's just like, no, stop. You don't want likes. You want people who watch your videos. They are the people that are most likely to do business with you. So for me, my goal, and it's always been the same, but nothing's changed in the last 35 years I've been doing marketing. I've always been a database marketer, relationship marketer. I want to keep you in front of the right people over and over and over. I believe there's only 2 functions in marketing: growing your database and nurturing it. When I do lead gen, I'm not looking for deals. I'll take them because they pay for my marketing and they make a profit, but I'm looking to grow my database, because I don't care when you're doing a deal. Now, next month, next year, 3 years from now, I know that I will pull 6 or 8%, some cases as high as 12% out of a database if I work it consistently and build that familiarity, become a brand. I know that I'm going to pull my 6% out of that database year after year after year. I don't care who's doing it and who's not. I don't care which ones are converting this year. I'm just staying in front of them. That's the goal of branding. That's the goal of everything we do at Ad Traffic, to build that brand of people who see you over and over. Now, when I'm doing that, I can build that perfect audience a number of different ways. The perfect audience, again, people who have shown some affinity towards me. What kind of affinity? These are the 4 ways I like to do it. Screening content. It's content that screens for people that have shown an interest in whatever I'm talking about. If I put up a video about how to really get top dollar when selling your home, the biggest mistakes people make when getting a mortgage, whatever, something that only somebody who's considering a transaction would stop and watch. I'm screening for people in the consideration phase. I want to catch them when they're just starting to consider this stuff. And then I want to stay in front of them and build that trust and that familiarity with them. So screening content, that's any content you put up that only somebody who is contemplating a transaction would check out. And I always show this. It's my favorite example. Guy putting up a video about loan estimate breakdown, closing costs, whiteboard, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh man, you get tired even talking about it. Well, when you look at that and go, well, nobody had ever watched that. Then you come down here and go 121,000 views. And by the way, the professional looking videos, 187, 184, 145, 121,000. What? That makes no sense. Because it's paid traffic. As a matter of fact, that's probably expensive traffic. Might have cost them 10 cents to get somebody to watch that video. But it's worth it, because somebody who watches that video is my perfect audience member. They've shown an interest in my topic and me. I caught them checking you out, and I know they're thinking about whatever you're talking about. I don't care what I pay for them, because look, I've been a marketer for decades, and I spent my life buying lists, paying $1.50 a name just to get a list of people I could mail to or email to or whatever, so that I was targeting the right people. But now I can go out and do that for 10 cents, 5 cents, 3 cents, sometimes even a penny. I can go out and do it for a penny. I show this one a lot, but I just love it because our reverse mortgage is safe. Nobody's watching that video if they're not thinking about a reverse mortgage. And those 7,790 people that watched a through play of that video at a penny a piece, $78. They're thinking about a reverse mortgage. And I just bought a bunch of brain cells in their mind. I am now familiar to them. I've got that, because that's all I'm doing. I'm buying mental real estate. How much space can I occupy in your mind? Conscious, subconscious, don't care. Remember, 5 milliseconds. Oh, nope, didn't even see it. Doesn't matter. Subconscious mind did see it. I'm just trying to buy brain cells, and I just bought a whole lot of them. They say that 1 minute of video occupies as many brain cells as 1.8 million words of text. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Yeah, well, a video is worth 1.8 million words. I'm trying to buy gray matter in your brain, and I want it to be the right people. These are the right people. People who watch screening content. Post that asks for the business. Hey, it's an ad. When I put up an ad, somebody clicks on the ad. Yep, I know they're interested. They wouldn't have clicked. Click to register, click to download, anything that's asking traffic, asking for them to take action. Yep, anybody who pays attention to that, I know they're serious. It can look, screening content can also be ads or asking for the business. I'm getting both, but the screening content, I'm doing that for video views, optimizing for video views, while post that asks for the business are asking people to click. But either way, I know that they've shown an interest, and I got a bunch of gray matter in their brains. Videos for or with others. I always talk about the best content is for, with, or about others. By the way, that was supposed to be with or about. Videos with or about others. But whenever I do a video with someone or about someone else, I might not be talking about buying a house or getting a mortgage. So I'm not really screening the people in the same way. But let's say it's a financial planner and I shoot a video about them, or when we talk about curation video, where I just introduce their video. Oh, check out my buddy Bob's video on whatever, capital gains. When I put that video up, yes, somebody who watches it has shown an affinity towards Bob and I. But when I share that post onto Bob's timeline, and these posts go out optimized for engagement, when it goes out optimized for engagement, Facebook's looking for people who engage with it. 3-second video view, click, like, comment, share, whatever. Well, when I share it onto Bob's timeline, where, you know, a few of his friends are going to see it, they're going to engage with it more than strangers, no matter what the video is. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Like, comment, whatever. Facebook's going to see that engagement and follow it. And follow it because, hey, look, Bob's friends are liking his posts more than strangers. Duh. Well, they're going to go, well, we should show it to all of Bob's friends. And now all of his friends see it. And yeah, I'm getting seen in a video with Bob. I'm getting, you know, they like him. So I get some of that familiarity transposed onto me, even though I'm not really familiar. I'm like a warm referral. Oh, Bob likes Bill, must know Bill, probably works with whatever. So I get a bunch of instant familiarity. And all those people that know, like, trust Bob, yep, I just harvested his whole audience. I didn't take anything away from him. I didn't steal his database. But yeah, everybody that knows him now knows me and is in my fan base, and I'm going to see him over and over and over. That's why I love doing videos with or about other people. Video posts that share your personality. Look, these aren't going to find you people that are looking for a loan, looking to buy a house, looking to do whatever it is you do, but they're going to find people that like your style. And this one, I just lean into this one because everybody's a potential deal sooner or later. Everybody, even if it's just a potential referral, I'm going to rent for the rest of my life. They still know other people. There's still a good database contact. If they like you, yeah, it's he or she with the most friends wins. That's why I tell people, stop trying to be professional. Stop trying to articulate everything perfectly. Stop dropping your voice 2 octaves when you shoot videos and be yourself. And now when I'm putting up content that is telling people about a charitable auction going on this weekend that we all ought to support or whatever, or I'm just putting up something funny or something positive, anybody that engages, watches, like, shares a post that is clearly that's Bill, that's the authentic Bill, they like me. I'm getting people that really like me. I always show this stuff because it's freaking awesome. It's a realtor doing videos with all kinds of other people, and yes, he can harvest their audience, which is great in and of itself. But the bottom line, Chris was a kook. He was, man, he put his personality out there. The guy is funny. He does not embarrass, no introverted bone in his body. They got to know him and like him. And that's a huge factor in why his business exploded so dramatically. People liked him. So anytime you put up a video that is you, that's why it's still good to have your family post, whatever stuff. If you can tie some business into it, great. But yeah, just stuff that lets them get to know you. Now, mind you, if you go put up something with your strong political opinions or whatever, you're going to find a lot of people that like you, and you're going to make a lot of people that don't like you. But, you know, is that bad? I don't know. People who like you. That's why when we build farms for people, Uber farms, sometimes it's not just a neighborhood or an area. It's people who are like you. I shared the stage with one of the top financial planners in the country years and years and years ago, who said, I do business with 3 people: wine lovers, pilots, and Cornhuskers. What? It's like, it's pretty simple. I like to work with people that like me. I find that if they like me, we're going to do business together. Those are three things I love, and it's easy to find people who also love them. I go to Cornhusker games or Cornhusker bars and watch games and meet people. And I go to private airports because I love flying, and I meet lots of pilots. And I go to a lot of wine bars and wine tastings and meet other people who like wine. And that's how I grew my business to become one of the top financial advisors in the country off of people who like me. I just need friends because they're all going to need business sooner or later. He or she with the most friends wins. Freaking brilliant. Brilliant. The difference is on Facebook, I can target people who like airplanes, people who are pilots, people who like wine, people who love the Cornhuskers, people who speak a language, people who follow, people who watch this show, whatever. I literally had somebody build a farm years and years ago of Game of Thrones fanatics. And we built targeting for the fanatics, not just people who watch, but people who love Game of Thrones. And he had a massive farm of people who were likely to be home buyers, et cetera, but they had to love Game of Thrones. I always show examples of Tanya, who markets to animal lovers, the people who are fanatical about dogs, cats, horses, whatever, but animal rescue, because she's into that. And why not do business with people you'd like to be friends with? So yeah, business that shares your personality. So how do we do all this perfect targeting and perfect traffic stuff? At Ad Traffic, we target suspects. No brainer, people that are thinking about, because we don't know which ones are going to like you. In the beginning, when you first start off, and let's say I'm spending $10 a day. Well, you don't really have a fan base to start. So all your budget's going to go out to strangers, but it's going to start collecting everybody who watches, clicks, likes, comments, shares, and putting them in your fan base. And then a little bit of your budget's going to go over to make sure you stay in front of them over and over and over. Here, there is no frequency. There's just getting out there and looking for people who are checking you out. And then your fan base grows a little bit. And so your budget starts to shift over here. And now it might be 80-20. And a month in, you might be at 50-50. And eventually in, 3-4 months, yeah, all your budget's going to be going over here to keep you in front of these people over and over and over. And if they don't continue to show some affinity towards you, they can fall out of your fan base. At which point some money will get freed up and go over here and find more people who dig you. And so over the course of 6 months or a year, 2 years in, you've got a fan base, because we keep kicking out people that aren't good members of your fan base and putting new ones in until pretty soon it's all raving fans. Everybody there continues to like and engage and pay attention to and comment and watch your videos. And it just keeps improving and getting better and better and better. And if you want it to grow a little bigger, you can put more money into it. And that's how we have been building and constantly tweaking and refining. And I get to live in data nerd heaven working on how do I make this better and better and better? Because all I care about is having a legit fan base for you. Eventually, if you're authentic and you post regularly, please put up a video a week. That's all I need. I don't care what you do in the video. Tell a joke. Sing a song. I don't care. Talk about mortgage all the time and be boring as hell, but I'll find people who like boring as hell eventually. It might take a little longer, cost a little more, but yep, I'll find people who love talking about how escrow works. If that's your thing, it will find the people that match you. Everybody else in the world targets based on traits. I just want to target them. No. I don't want to target them. I'll target them up front, but I'm really just fishing for people that choose you. So you don't choose your target chooses you. In the same way that I can't tell you what good content is and what bad content is. I can tell you what types of content seem to work best. But when people ask me, and they ask me pretty much every day, what do you think of this? It's like, I'm never ever going to say, no, that's bad. And I'll tell you, if you miss some best practice things, like, yeah, you rambled on for 30 seconds in that video before you even told them what you were there to tell them. Hi, I'm Bill with blah, 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 the company that does this. No. Nobody cares who you are. Just get to the, do you want to know how you can qualify for 13% more home than you thought you could and keep your payments lower, even though rates have gone up? You're about to find out. Now you've got my attention. Well, see, that's the kind of stuff I can teach you, but sometimes I'll be honest, it's the bad videos, the ones I go, no, that one breaks the rules. And it'll go out and it'll harvest fans like crazy. I can't look at an account that is a year old that doesn't have a dozen videos that cost $1 a view and for a through play, and a dozen videos that cost a penny a through play. And sometimes when I look at the videos, I can't tell why. I don't know what's going to work. Let them choose you. Let them choose your content. That's the perfect audience and the perfect approach. I only need one video or one good post a week, but honestly, and bad posts are better than no posts. But for those of you that post, and look, I got people that post 10, 15, 20 times a week. Well, it's not like I'm putting all 20 pieces in front of everybody. The algorithms are just sifting through and going, they don't like that one. They don't really, well, they like that one a little. We'll put more. Oh, wow, they like this one. All the money and the traffic goes there. And you learn what people like. The more you post, the more stuff we can throw away. You give me more options, and it's all automated so that you are getting that perfect traffic. Now, this is how it works by default. That's all you got to do. Just shut up and post. In a year from now, you will have a perfect audience, a perfect farm of legit fans, as long as you post consistently. And yes, if your content is stuff they care about, if 80% of it is for, with, or about others, it'll be a much bigger audience. It'll be a lot cheaper to stay in front of them, and they'll like you a lot more. But even if you're boring as hell, sooner or later, we'll find them. It's just going to take longer when you bore them to death with nothing but real estate content, but it'll work, and no personality. But if you want to shortcut this is not the way I like to do it. This is the way I do it because I need it to work for people in spite of people. Yes, we will take and shift your budget around. We'll review it and we'll tweak it month after month after month and keep moving your budget so that it's hitting just the right people. But for me personally, why do I want to grow my fan base slowly? And why do I want to grow it with all my content? Because what if a lot of my content isn't good screening content? It doesn't ask for, it doesn't share my personality. What about all my crap content? Yeah, it's harvesting people too. If I want to do it more quickly, that's where I cheat and use a specialty post, a specialty rule. And I have separate trainings on these, and we really we've got some cool new stuff to make this make more sense and be easier for people. But we get people going, yeah, I want 13 rules that target these people that did. No. Three. We include 3 with your account. 3 is all you need. These are the 3 I like. Unless you're doing some really special stuff, I want a rule that is optimized for video views, people that will watch 15 seconds or more, sound on, high intention viewership, and call it hashtag watch this, hashtag yippee-yi-yay, I don't care, hashtag Bill knows real estate, Bill sells homes. I don't care what your hashtag is. You just give us a hashtag and you say, I want this one to be an audience growth rule. I want it to be a video rule. And a video rule isn't just for audience growth, it's just for video views, but it's going to go out to suspects, to the strangers. And I'm going to do that anytime I put up a piece of screening content. I'm just going to use my video view rule for my top of funnel. I would like to go out and get 10,000 fans who really dig me and who are contemplating a mortgage. Great. Even if you put up a boring video about closing costs or home staging or adjustable or fixed, whatever. Even if it costs you a dime, it's really hard to spend that much to get somebody. 5 cents is more high-end bad content. Let's say it costs you a nickel. And I make a rule that says anytime I put in hashtag Bill sells homes, anytime I put that hashtag in a post, and I would only put it in a video post. I think that goes without saying if I'm optimized for video views, but anytime I put that hashtag in and my rule says, yeah, when Bill does this, I'd like you to target people in his market who are, is hit your suspect audience, your general prospecting audience, for $150 over 7 days, 14 days, whatever it is. Every time I drop that hashtag in, that post is going to go out. And look, if it was $100 and it was a nickel, it's going to go grab me 2,000 super fans all at once. And then I put up another one and that one cost me 3 cents, and woohoo, now I just got another 3,300 fans and I got 5,300. And then I put one up. Ooh, that one's 2 cents. Wow. You know what? I think I'll put that one up again or something very close to it. Cause man, that one's working. And I put it up again, but now if I'm growing my fan base, and it's probably going to take you about 2 cents a piece, and you will definitely hit some at a penny and some at a nickel, but and some at much worse. But I'm telling you, you'll probably average about 2 cents. So for 2 cents, if I put $100 on that rule, I'm going to add 5,000 fans. If my goal is 20,000 fans, by the time I've done 4 posts, use that rule 4 times, that's it. I'm done. Later, when I go, man, I could really use some new fans right now, I put one up about my new loan product or whatever. But anybody who watches my video and really engages with it, and what, man, that is gold. They're in my audience now. Everybody needs a video view rule if you want to grow it fast, if you want to grow it big, if you want to use screening content. Nothing is better, in my humble opinion, as a top of funnel. Most people like to go straight down here to clicks for lead generation. Another way, remember, that was one of our 4 rules up here, posts that ask for the business. Well, when you ask for the business, you're asking them to click to download my thing, click to send me a message, click to call me, click to register for my webinar, click to go to my Calendly, whatever it is, click to go to my website. I'm looking for clickers. Well, when you're doing lead gen, asking for the business, you want them to contact you. You want them to do something. I want them to click on something. So I think everybody needs a click rule. That's the one that me personally, I go big on that. When I'm asking for the business, I'm asking for the business. I want to hit suspects because I'm going to grow my audience, and I want to hit all my fans because you got to ask them for the business too. So your click rule should target your fans and suspects. And I personally like to do those for 14 days for a big budget. Because if I'm going after leads, I want leads. Yep, 14 days, make it $250, make it $500, whatever. I want leads. And now I got my lead gen, which is going to get me a lot of leads. They're clicking that messenger button, but it's also going to go out to strangers and give me a bunch of leads. But all the people that weren't ready to click right now, well, I'm not buying now. I'm thinking about buying later this summer. Oh, that's interesting, but I'm busy right now. Whatever. There's 1,000 reasons that good leads will pass on your first touch. But anybody who clicks anything or watches the video or what, yep, I got them. So I like to have a click rule for lead generation and for growing my audience, but still nothing beats views. And by the way, not part of this training, but the other rule that I like people to have is a social validation rule. Yes, when I put in hashtag wow, I don't care what your hashtag is. When I put in hashtag wow, I want you to go out for one day, just one day, and spend $5 and get me maximum views. And again, I do it mainly on videos because I want my video to have a ton of views. Hey, $5 is going to get you 10,000 views, probably. Just had somebody hit 100,000 views on $24. $5 is going to put a ton of views on. Now, mind you, that's not fans. I'm not growing my audience with that. Those views are coming from people all over the entire world, anywhere in the Facebook universe. There is no targeting, but we'll find the people who, and it's not like buying likes. It's not cheating. There are people who really watch your content, who really like your content. They just might live in Japan, but who knows where. They're not going into your fan base when we build a social validation rule. So if I was going out to grow my fan base, I'd put in #wow and #watch this or worth watching, whatever. And both rules would be executed. This one would go out and get me a bunch of views really fast. This one, oh yeah, this one's going out for $5 for one day, for $2 for one day, whatever. I just want to put 4,000 or 5,000 views on my video. That's enough to make it look impressive because nobody wants to watch a video with 19 views. And it's going to go out and get them in the first day. This one is going to run for 7 days for $70, $100, whatever. But that one is going to grow my audience even faster because, except for the first couple, because they kind of go out at the same time. But that one's going to go out and people are going to see my video with thousands of views, which is going to make them way more. Wow, why is that guy? Why are so many people watching that? It must be interesting. And I'm going to get a way better ROI out of it. And I look cooler and more impressive. Those are the 3 specialty rules, which nobody should start off using these out of the gate. You should start off just posting, just freaking post. But as soon as you're like, yep, I'm posting, it's working. I kind of got my legs underneath me. I'm good. Now I want and these are my 3. That's all I need. Stop trying to, I need one to target left-handed realtors, and I need one that's for $100, and I need one. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just take these 3: social validation, video views, lead gen, clicks. And remember, it's all clicks. I don't care where I'm sending you. I just want you to click on something. The link I put in my post, the messenger button, the call me button, whatever. I want you to click, take action, watch, seriously watch my video. This is not the same, because up here, we're trying to get them to just watch enough to move the counter. Tick. Here, we want them to engage with a high intent viewership. So that's it. That's the entirety of my approach to perfect traffic. Perfect traffic happens when you have a perfect audience. Huge reach, consistent frequency from the people most likely to do business with you. And I want the best fan base I can get. If you post regularly, your fan base will just get bigger and better and better and better and better. And if you want to shortcut it, or you only want to go after, I don't want all my posts getting fans, because I don't want people that are liking me because of my vacation post. I want people that are liking me because of, I can build an audience a little more refined and a little bit faster if I want to shortcut the process. But either way, just know that at the end of the day, people who like your style are the perfect prospects. They are the perfect people. That's perfect traffic. I really thought I could pull that one off in 20 minutes, and here I am at 12:40. Apologize for going long, but this has been my passion for a very long time. How to build the perfect targeting. I was never able to do anything remotely close to this in my 30 years of pre-social media marketing. Man, I could buy lists. I could do all kinds of things. Trust me, I'm the nerdiest human you'll ever meet when it comes to this stuff, but this is on a whole new plane. That's it. I don't even know if there's anybody here watching this still. I lost Zoom. Am I still broadcasting? I don't know, but
Absolutely.
If there's no questions. Oh, yes, somebody's there. Question.
You've been great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. This is, like I said, it's not really a training. It's an explanation, because people just don't, I know I confuse people. So I wanted to get this one up and in the book so people could understand why we do all the weird stuff we do.
And you make it easy to understand as well. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're a liar. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No way.
All right. Thanks for showing up. All right. If anybody else has questions, great. If not, I will wrap up the training for today. And next week, we'll be back to hardcore training stuff again. Going once, going twice. See you guys at the next one.